Hey, good morning to you on this Monday. Welcome to a new week of the Bernie Show. I'm Bernie Miklasz. In case you haven't heard, I've been covering St. Louis sports, both pro and college, since 1985. And by the way, just a quick thing. Excuse me for the poor lighting today. I've had some equipment failure. Got it ordered up, and everything should be back to normal tomorrow. Anyway, you don't need to see my ugly mug anyway, right? Uh, the Bernie Show here on STL Sports Central is presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. I do 5 videos and 5 columns each week here on STL Sports Central. I also join my longtime friend Randy Carricker for a weekly visit or 2 on his show. You can catch me on KMOX on multiple programs. And one more thing, please do a favor to all of us and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like button on the videos that you watch. Appreciate it. Today's topic, according to one prominent prospect tracking site, the St. Louis Cardinals now have the #1 farm system in Major League Baseball. Wow, that didn't take long, eh? The Cardinals have been a middle pack or even below average entity in the prospect rankings for a while now. It's one of the reasons why, Bill DeWitt decided to, go all in with Chaim Bloom, starting with an absolute necessary overhaul of the player development system, which had been an area of concern for a long time, even though it was starting to get a little better. But now St. Louis is moving up pretty fast in the prospect world. Late last week, FanGraphs revealed its latest update under the prospect evaluators, headed by Eric Longenhagen and James Fegan. And I admit, I was surprised, maybe even a little startled to see the Cardinals at the top of the list among the 30 teams at #1. In a summer update, the Cardinals system had jumped from, I don't know where they were, maybe 11th or 12th. They had jumped up to #6 at FanGraphs. And now, a few weeks later, it's #1. In addition, more signs of progress. FanGraphs has the Cardinals with 7 players listed among the top 100 prospects in the majors. Infielder J.J. Wetherholt's #9. Starting pitcher Liam Doyle is 19th. Catcher Leonardo Bernal is 40th. Catcher Rainiel Rodriguez, only 18 years old, is 71st. Catcher Jimmy Crooks, already in the majors, is 77th. The final 2 are starting pitchers Quinn Mathews at number 83 and Tink at number 87. There's another aspect, positive aspect to this. Most of the Cardinals prospects on this list are relatively close to the majors. They're certainly getting closer to the majors. As mentioned, the Cardinals promoted Jimmy Crooks to the majors this season at the end of August. Wetherholt is at AAA and will be with the Cardinals in 2026. They could have promoted him this year, but decided not to. Liam Doyle, the power pitcher drafted in June, has already reached AA. Rainiel Rodriguez, that 18-year-old, he competed at 3 minor league levels this season, and he's at the high A level already, and his immense power has the scouts in awe. Mathews is a legit prospect. He just took a step back in 2025 because of a shoulder fatigue issue and command issues, but he still gained valuable experience at AAA Memphis with 24 starts, so he should be fine. I'm not going to hype Tink anymore, other than to mention he's made it back to the top 100 group, but he continues to be tormented by injuries, one after another. And he pitched only 21 innings in 2025. His talent is obvious. His endurance is shaky. And it would be nice to see him last longer than, 25 hours before the next injury hits. I'm sorry, but it's fine to be skeptical about him. But the overall point is, and let's not miss it, the Cardinals have more good prospects right now than they've shown for a long time. And for a team entering a rebuild, that's a good place to start the rebuild, by making sure your future is going to be in good shape because of players that you alone develop. What does this mean for the Cardinals' future? Well, I'm going to jump into that next on the second segment on today's Bernie Show. Thank you again for being with me. But first, some excellent news from DraftKings Sportsbook. Missouri, get ready. Here they come. DraftKings. The wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State, and you can sign up today and get comfortable, get to know how it works, feel good about using the app. And like I said, you can sign up today. And new Missouri customers will get $300 in bonus bets when DraftKings Sportsbook app launches on December 1st. So you can download now, but then on December 1st, when DraftKings Sportsbook goes live, you place a $5 bet on December 1st and you get your bonus, $300 in bonus bets. DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you need to elevate your game day, make it more exciting, more fun, and more rewarding, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we officially go live in Missouri, you're going to be betting with the Sportsbook app trusted by millions. It is safe. It is secure. You got fast money withdrawals. None of this, oh, well, we will pay you, but it's going to take 3 days. None of that crap, okay? DraftKings doesn't take you for granted like that. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code STL Sports to grab that $300 bonus, $300 in bonus bets, I should say, just with only a $5 bet when we go live on the first day of December. Coming up soon. That's code STL Sports in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's the best. And here is my standard disclaimer. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. You must be 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after being issued. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com /promos. Thank you very much. All right, welcome back to segment number 2 of the Bernie Show, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button. Cardinals fans should be fired up by seeing the Cards at the top of the Major League Farm System rankings at FanGraphs. I know. Some of you, I'm being sarcastic, some of you would prefer that Bill DeWitt sign off on some funding for more mediocre talent that, it's not going to make the Cardinals any better. I'm way beyond that nonsense now. The Cardinals have to rebuild their future, and you rebuild your future by rebuilding your player development system. No, there's no guarantees with the FanGraphs stuff. There's no guarantees. You don't have to tell me that. There's no guarantees that any of these prospects will become anything special in the major leagues. You sure as heck don't need me to tell you that. But I'm also not going to act like developing players at a high level is just some kind of meaningless thing. It's a potentially valuable thing. And at a time when the rebuild moves into the second phase under the president of baseball operations, Mr. Chaim Bloom, you want to see signs of progress that things are moving in the right direction, at least moving in the right direction. And having FanGraphs recognize the quality of the St. Louis farm system and how much is improving, well, I take that as a positive indicator. And don't forget, there are other encouraging signs, like the Cardinals AA team at Springfield this season, winning the league championship in a dominant fashion. They were great all season long. There's an impressive cast of talent on that farm club, including several or more future Cardinals on the roster, led by the power hitting, base stealing outfielder Joshua Baez, and there are others. A couple pitchers figure to be here soon. The point is, there's some momentum here. There's definitely some momentum here, and when a rebuilding major league team, any rebuilding team, gets started on a difficult assignment like that, it's great to get a head start. And if the big league Cardinals are going to lose, at least there's one way to look at it. At least the losing has given them early draft access to true talent such as Doyle and Wetherholt. There's something good that came out of losing. See, this is how other teams have been ahead of the Cardinals because they get to draft early. The Cardinals were still drafting in the 20s, right? Well, in 2024, J.J. Wetherholt was drafted 7th overall, and the Cardinals got the hard-throwing, very exciting Mr. Doyle Liam Doyle with the 5th overall pick in the 2025 draft. Both are very big parts of the St. Louis baseball future. Plus, the more prospects you have, and you keep adding more, and then you keep adding more after that, it gives the Cardinals opportunities down the road. For example, flipping prospects for some established major league talent when it's time to win. And I make no predictions on that timetable, but there's no such thing as having too many prospects, good prospects. In my third and final segment of today's Bernie Show, I'm going to try to answer this question. How did the prospect crop grow so quickly? I have some thoughts. But first, it's time to give the gentlemen out there a little pep talk about Blue Chew. And I'm proud to do it because I've been there, done that. I know what it's like. Gents, Blue Chew can help raise your game for those intimate and pleasurable and special times with your partner. In short, Big Blue can power you up, and there's no need for you to be shy or hesitate or feel awkward. Just chew it and do it, and you'll thank me later. I know what Blue Chew has done for me, and I'm a Social Security age, and I want you to discover, therefore, what Blue Chew can do for you. If you need a stronger bat, Blue Chew is in the equipment room. You know, you need to shoot the puck harder. Well, go grab a stick in the equipment room. Blue Chew is your equipment, and once you chew it and do it, you'll find out what I'm talking about. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for enhanced performance. You're going to get your first month of Blue Chew free. I'll explain in a moment. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you are approved, you will receive your prescription at your doorstep in a few days. It's all done online, simple and private. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to talk to people. You just get online and get it done, and then chew it and do it. As I'm going to keep saying that. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Bernie. That's me. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Bernie to get your first month free. And the only cost to you is the $5 shipping fee. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank you, and we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Bernie Show. All right, thanks for sticking with me. Welcome back to the third segment on today's Bernie Show. Who gets the credit for the advanced progress of the Cardinals farm system? Well, it isn't one person. First of all, you got the changes made on the player development side that are already paying off because Chaim Bloom knew exactly how to attack this. He built farm systems in Tampa Bay and Boston, and he's really good at this. Bloom hired Rob Cerfolio as the assistant GM in charge of player development and performance, and Cerf knows what he's doing because he was raised in that very, very smart Cleveland Guardian system where they're always developing good players. Cerfolio and the new farm director, Larry Day, are sharp guys, and they hired other sharp guys, including the new director of pitching, Matt Pierpont, who played a major role in developing that great-looking pitching staff in Seattle. It's already, they're in the ALCS, chance to get to the World Series. You got pitching everywhere. The Cardinals prospects are getting a much better education because of the people teaching them, and Bloom has a lot to do with that, obviously. The technology's been upgraded. The analytics model has been upgraded. The facilities will be upgraded. All of the tools are in place, tools that the Cardinals didn't have that were up to snuff. And if they're not in place right now, they will be very, very soon. And all of the enhancements will lead to enhanced player development. And that is a net positive. It is a huge positive for the St. Louis Cardinals. But in fairness to the previous regime, and now you're really going to get mad at me, I'm not going to ignore John Mozeliak's role in this. Sure. Hold your complaints, because I do know this. He's the guy who let the player development slide, in part because he didn't have enough funding from ownership. Sure, he took shortcuts. Sure, he kind of stayed in that same spot for too long. The Cardinals didn't have the most modern technology, analytics. They didn't have enough minor league instructors, teachers, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, finger pointing at him for that. But on the other hand, even with the mistakes that were made, the Cardinals were on a more positive track in developing players under Mo before Bloom was hired. Randy Flores, who's in charge of the draft, he was hired by Mo, and Flores has made some terrific draft picks. And there's some guys that aren't even into the majors yet that are looking good who were Flores draft picks. Here's a partial list of current Cardinals who were internally drafted, signed, or developed that were already in place before Bloom's hiring. Brendan Donovan, Alec Burleson, Mason Wynn, Ivan Herrera, Kyle Leahy, Michael McGreevy, Matthew Liberatore, who was acquired in a trade, but still, Victor Scott, Jojo Romero, Matt Swanson, and there are others. I just wanted to give you a sampling there. And I'm not saying all these guys are superstars, but I'm saying there's some good major league players on that list. The Cardinals need more. They need great players, but at least they're not starting at rock bottom, dirt bottom, where there's no talent at all on the roster. Depending on what Bloom decides, there's still a chance, I know, of Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker, one or the other or both, making a breakthrough. It sounds like Bloom wants to see more. Maybe Lars Nootbaar finally puts everything together. Listen, man, I am not predicting anything about any of that, but obviously there's talent there. Can the Bloom regime and all the people he's brought in, can they find a way to bring it all out? I'm just saying. I'm not ready to say that that thing is over with, because obviously management doesn't feel that it's over with. We'll find out when they start trading people this winter. But some of the best prospects in the system who haven't even reached St. Louis yet, they were already here and in place before Bloom started his job. The best way to look at this, at least from my point of view, it goes something like this. Yeah, Mozeliak screwed up by letting the pitcher development, the organization that had such a great pitcher development program, he screwed up by letting that fall apart. But Mozeliak, with the help of Randy Flores and others, he did begin restocking the farm system with some promising talent. And because of that, Bloom had more talent in place to begin with, maybe a little more than he thought. And he also has a leg up on his rebuild. And though Chairman Bill DeWitt Jr. deserves criticism because he should have acted sooner on this, he was very smart to pump resources into the project and get the internal pipeline moving again. The number one farm system already, I got to tell you, I never saw it coming, not this soon. But it tells me the Cardinals already have something going. I, for one, think that's fantastic. Thank you all for watching. Special thanks to DraftKings for presenting the Bernie Show here on STL Sports Central. Have a wonderful day.